I'm Lucinda Andriani. I'm with the Coconino County Flood Control District, and today we're out on just above on Paradise at the Spruce Avenue wash, and you can already see the evidence that we've had a small level of flooding here. This black material is off the burn scar, and now we are in the process of installing what are called Jersey barriers, the concrete barriers you see on the freeways. And we've got this team put in over 5.5 miles of barrier on the Schultz, in the Schultz flood area. They're now here. We've got a set of barrier above, and now we're working down. There'll be a set of barrier behind all the homes through and behind Grandview Avenue, or Grandview Drive. And this operation, we hope to have this completed within the next 2 days. So right now, in terms of the burn area, we don't have the official burn severity information. We should be getting that hopefully within the next few days from the team that's been assembled by the Forest Service. We're working hand in hand with our flood team. We've done a lot of analysis already. We need that final piece of data. We also have 2 rain gauges in this drainage, one above Eldon Estates and one above the Paradise area neighborhood, and that helps us understand the events. We are also in the process of installing 3 more rain gauges within the burn area. We're waiting to get permission to enter to have those installed. Those are critical to the emergency notification system. And so 2 important actions people need to take. 1, sign up for the weather emergency alerts through the National Weather Service. National Weather Service emergency alerts. 2nd is to sign up for the county emergency notification system. You can go to coconino.az.gov/ready to sign up for both of those systems. They should both be on that website. So sign up immediately. Though that will be the warning systems that we do to warn this area of any flood events. These events will happen very, very rapidly. It may be very difficult to predict what the response of the watershed is going to be. The water could arrive in this area very, very quickly. And so it's critical that you know where your children are at all times, and that you keep your pets and children out of the channel from Cedar up through this Paradise area. The children must remain out of the channel. In addition, Grandview Drive also will become a drainage way if we have a large enough event. If that flood event, it will split and go down the channel and go down Grandview Drive. So you also need to be aware that the front of the homes on Grandview are at risk. And this area from the top of Eldon Estates through to Cedar Avenue has been identified through our hazard mapping that looks at velocity and depth of water, that it's at high, further up is at high hazard risk, and the area from Paradise through to Cedar is at high and moderate hazard risk. But I would assume, depending upon the level of event, that it could be hazardous. So please, please keep your children out of that channel, and be mindful at all times throughout this flood area. Where are your children? So what we experience, the post-wildfire flooding, and you'll hear people say that the flows could be 5 to 10 times greater in a post-wildfire rain event, flood event. That's what we experienced at Schultz. Could be very likely here as well. What does that mean? That means that the soils that were burned up on the mountain, first, all the trees and vegetation and duff on the ground that absorbs that water, it's gone. Those are gone. All that material is gone. So there's no absorption of water through the organic material that's up there, the trees, needles, that type of thing. Second is that most of that area may well have been burned severely, and the soils become what we call hydrophobic. That means that it's water resistant. It's like glass. So just think about if you hold a plate of glass and you pour water on it, it just runs off. That very well could be the condition of this burn area. Again, we don't have that information from the Forest Service yet, but based on what we saw happen on Tuesday and the rain event, the expectation is that we have a watershed that there'll be very little absorption of water, so we could get very rapid flooding.